Hello students, welcome to the next lecture. In this lecture we will begin with the double and triple integrals. Let's see what we will study. Using iterated integrals to find area, we will use double integrals to find surface areas and volumes, and we will use triple integrals to find volumes. So let's begin with the three-dimensional space. As when we talk about two double integral and triple integral, we must understand, we must have in our mind the three-dimensional space where we have three axes x, y, and z. So these are few examples of the three-dimensional figures with all the dimensions into the space. You can take the example of a cone which has three dimensions x, y, and z. Some other 3D graphs can be considered like these. So all these graphs are three-dimension graphs which will have all the three axes x, y, and z. Let us see, we need to find out the area of this shaded part, and to find out the area of this shaded part we need to consider the two axes x and the y axis. Here we can see that the line is y is equal to x line, so this is represented by y is equal to x line, and on the x axis the values are ranging from 1 to 2. So on the x axis the values of x are from 1 to 2, and on the y axis the values are again from 1 to 2. So these are the range on the x axis and on the y axis, and on the third side it is bounded by the line y is equal to k. So for this figure we have three different boundaries. One is the x axis, other is the y axis, and third is towards the y is equal to x line. So these are the three boundaries of the given region. Now let us see how we can represent this as a integral form. It can be represented as in the integral form. The expression double integral will be written something like this, which involves both the integrals, the inner integral in terms of dx here and the outer integral in terms of dy here, with the lower values of x and upper values of x and lower values of y and upper values of the y. These are the boundary values we had just seen. In the same way, whenever we are considering all the three dimensions, so instead of double integral we will be using triple integral where dx, dy, and dz all three are included, and for that purpose we must have the boundaries on lower boundary of x, lower boundary of y, upper boundary of y, and lower boundary of z and upper boundary of z. So in this way we represent a triple integral. Either it is a double integral or a triple integral. These are evaluated by starting from the innermost value, from the innermost integral, that is like in this case we will start with the dx first, then we will evaluate dy, and lastly we will evaluate dx. Now let's talk about the applications of these double and triple integrals. The major applications of the double and triple integrals are to find out the area and surface area and volume of the figures. Let's consider an example. To find the area bounded by 4x upon 5, the x-axis and the ordinates at x is equal to 5. So this is the area, and it is bounded by three boundaries given by one, the line is 4x upon 5, the other x is equal to 5, and x-axis. So these are the three boundaries. So we have to find out the area that is enclosed by these three boundaries. One is this line, the other is this line, and the third one is this line. So we can apply the vertical strip or horizontal strip formula we had already seen into the previous lecture. We can apply both the strips, either vertical or the horizontal strip. That uses the concept of the summation in both the directions. So now let's consider how we can find out the area. For that, we need to find out the limits in both the directions, limit for the dy and limits for the dx. So we can see the limit for the dy. Let's say we are considering a vertical strip, so we will see where that vertical strip lies, on the bottom and on the top. So this is a vertical strip, and we'll see that this vertical strip lies on the bottom at x-axis, and on the top it is lying on the line which is defined by y is equal to 4x upon 5. So these two will give us the lower and upper bound of the dy. So here for this line y is equal to 0, and for this line y is equal to 4x upon 5. So in this way we can identify the lower limit y is equal to 0 and upper limit 4x upon 5 for the dy. Once we have identified the lower and upper limit for the dy, then we will see the lower and upper limit for the dx. For that we need to see the strip movement, from where the strip can start and till what location the strip will move. So we can see it is moving from this location to this. So you can see the strip will start from this particular point and will end at this particular line. So the lower limit of the strip will be, this is 0, and the upper limit will be 5. So we will mention 5 here. So we have found the lower limit of the dx as 0 and upper limit of x as 5. Now we have got all the formulas, all the limits, upper and lower limits. Now we need to evaluate this integral. For the evaluation, we have seen that the integral should be evaluated in a way that we should evaluate the inner integral first. We should evaluate the inner integral first. So in this case, we'll evaluate dy first. So for the dy, this is a constant. We'll keep it, the integral will be y. So here this constant, for this it will be y, and whenever we'll apply the limits b minus a, so this will be 4x upon 5. Now this becomes a single integral 4x upon 5, where we can take 4 upon 5 as a constant, and the x will be integrated according to the limits. So x, the integral of x will be x square upon 2, that will be applied here with the limits, and finally we have this constant value 10 units. So this will be the area of the given figure. Let's see another example. To find the area enclosed by this y square is equal to 9x curves and y is equal to x square upon 9. So these are the two different curves. As we know, these are the two different curves. So we'll draw the curves first. So this is the one and this is the another curve, and we will apply a strip. We'll have to choose a vertical or the horizontal strip. In this case we have applied a vertical strip. So just to find out the limits, now we know that we are applying the vertical limit, so inner integral will be dy and the outer integral will be dx. So first we need to see the bottom part of the strip, where the strip lies in the bottom and where the strip lies onto the top. So this is the bottom line of the strip where the strip is applying. So this is the curve, the equation of the curve, and this is the top part where the strip is lying. This is the equation of the curve. So from these two curves we will find out the lower limit and the upper limit of the y. So this we can see that from the lower curve we have y is equal to x square upon 9, and from the upper curve we will find out the value of y. So this is the lower and the upper limit. Then to find out the lower and upper limit of the dx, we will see the movement of the strip, from which point to which point the strip is moving. So we can see the strip is moving from this point 0 and it is moving till this line, which is x is equal to 9. So the strip is moving from 0 to 9. So the lower limit of the strip will be 0 and upper limit of the strip will be 9. So now we have this integral with all the limits. Now we need to solve this integral. Obviously the integral will be solved by solving, beginning with the inner integral dy. We will solve it for dy, and just by substituting the lower and upper limits b minus a, we have this integral, single integral. Now this integral will be solved. I hope you are aware about the integration process. If you are not, then please revise the integration process. Then only you will be able to understand the solution of these double and triple integrals. So finally, by evaluating, we have got the result as 27 units. So this is the area. So that's it for the lecture. In the next lecture, we will try to understand the triple integral. Thank you so much.